मेरो नाम Chandrayan Shrestha अनि म विगत since the last 37 years I have been in this education fraternity as an educator. I started my career as a teacher at St. Peter's School in Shillong, India. After that I joined Shivatara School and worked there as the vice principal for 14 years. After which I worked at Rupees International School as the principal, and then the associate director at ACE Institute of Management. Then I joined Caribbean School and College, and now I'm here since the last 3 years at MALPI International School. So an educationist by profession. I also have a social hat that I put on. I am the immediate past chair of the Duke of Edinburgh International Award. This is an NGO called Sakshimva Nepal, which runs an international youth development program called the International Award for Young People. And I'm also associate with Toastmasters International. I am the immediate past president and the area director of Area C4, which is under Division C of District 41 under Toastmasters International. So a blend of being an educator and also helping youth in their development. MALPI is a completely residential school, and it caters to students from all over the country. We have students from Jhapa right up to Mahendranagar. So children are from the north to the south, from Mustang in the north to Janakpur in the south. So there's a wide diversity among the students group. And MALPI is very well known on a word-to-word mouth basis. So my vision was to expose MALPI even further, make MALPI reachable to more young people in Nepal. And it was always a dream to work in a residential school. And the challenges of a residential school is different from that of a day school, because here we are 24/7 working with the children. And of course we have a roster in which we work, and it gives you the sense of satisfaction when you can do so much with the children and their timings, right from the time that they get up in the morning from 6 o'clock until they go to bed at 9:30, 10 o'clock. So that power of time is what we have in the residential school, and we can do numerous activities within that time. So and also it was a challenge to work in a residential school, so I took up the challenge. As I mentioned that it is a residential school, so we have to cater to all the different needs, not only to the academic needs, but also the social needs, the physical development needs, and the emotional needs of the children. So what we have is we have times allotted for proper meals where children have balanced meals. We have a medical program where the doctors and the nurses look after their medical needs. We have a pastoral care system where we do not call our hostels as hostels. We call them as residencies. And the reason why we call them as residencies is so that there is a culture where the students are taken as their wards. The teachers take the students as the ward and they help them. Like there is a type of communication between the residential parents and the teacher facilitator in the class. If a child is not doing well, or if a child is doing very well, how can you make that child who's an average to come up to the level of doing excellent work? And if there is an underachiever, how can you bring that level up? So that way we have a completely different environment in the school, and this is located a little bit away from the city, so there is no disturbance whatsoever. We do not give holidays for small events or festivals or Bandh or something like that. So that way we have a unique tradition in the school. The other thing is we have given access to gadgets to the students, but what happens is the gadgets are kept under the supervision of the teachers. Whenever required, The teachers can give the access to the gadgets and they can use the gadgets. We also monitor how many hours in a day or how many hours in a week that the gadget should be allowed to the children. And unlike at home where the children have easy access to gadgets, here we try to limit that. So those are one or two unique points that we have, which for children in a day school, the parents have no control over that. The other thing that we do is we do a lot of outdoor education within the school. Like just recently, our students took part in the bronze level adventurous journey right up this hill to Tipchok, and then they went right down. The message I want to mention to all the young people outside is that school is a place where you harness all your skills that you require. And you have whatever opportunity comes your door, you should try to take up. Whether it is speaking in public, whether it is taking part in a debate, whether it is playing a musical instrument, whether it is singing, whether it is dancing, or you have a stage performance, all those things that everyone has some skills, some talents or the other. So try to harness your talents. Use that as your strength to overcome your weaknesses. So whatever weaknesses you have, you'll be able to overcome those weaknesses by working on your strengths and making your strengths better. And this is what the youths or the young people in the 21st century requires a lot of skills, whether it is communication skills or whether it is digital literacy or whether it is collaborative skills. These are the life skills that the children should learn, and these life skills can be harnessed in a setup which can foster pastoral care to the students, whether it be in a home or in a school. Well, there are many life lessons, but if I have to speak of only one, is being able to make decisions. It is very at certain point of time, we cannot make the right decisions. So I think decision making skill is also one ability where the children should learn from the very beginning what they would want and what they would not want. So that type of, let's say, the honesty in the students, the integrity in themselves is something that we want to foster. And wherever you come across difficulty, don't take the easy part, take the difficult part. The difficult part is always the right path. But you will face a lot of challenge, you'll overcome those challenges, you'll learn from this challenge, and you'll become a better person. So when it's decision making, take the decisions which are tough, and normally the tough decisions are always the right decision. So this is one lesson that I would want to impart to the young people. No success is ready-made. You have to gradually get there. So every time you come across an obstacle, there's a milestone that you reach that milestone, you look back on what you have done so far, and then you pat yourself for the work, well done, very good, and then you move ahead. So one step at the time, success will come. You can't accept success all of a sudden. It doesn't come all of a sudden. It comes slowly and steadily. And slowly and steadily, if you have the confidence, the willpower to do, you will definitely succeed one day. I think one of the biggest things that we as educators need to understand is the empathy to the students. We have to empathize, we have to understand. We should, as teachers or as school heads, we shouldn't be the ghost of our teachers, of how our teacher used to teach us this way, so we need to teach our students in that way. Now the generation has come, developed drastically. So you cannot accept, when we were kids, our environment was different and our teachers were different. Now the kids these days have lots of information. So we cannot be treating them in the same way that our teachers treated us. So we have to understand that things are changing. The world is dynamic. There's a lot of change. And it is important that we empathize with our students. And once we empathize with the students, we understand their need, then there is a good rapport. It is very important that we have that good relationship, because a relationship between a teacher and a student goes a lifetime.